Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Is it the magnum opus of Assassin's Creed games? Let's find out. Before we get this video started, I want to give a huge shout out to Ubisoft for providing me the review copy of Assassin's Creed Valhalla Ultimate Edition for the Xbox Series X. You guys are just freaking phenomenal. Wouldn't have been possible without you guys, and I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity. This video, we're going to be doing a review for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. See what's good, what's bad about it, and if it's worth diving into. So with that being said, guys, I'm Kasanova, Hawaii content creator, host of Hawaii's #1 podcast, the Kasanova Podcast. Stream every single week on twitch.tv/Kasanova, so catch me over there. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, ding the notification bell. That way you stay up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes from this channel. So with all that out the way, let's go ahead and dive into the review for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The year is 873 AD, during the Viking invasion of Britain. The wolf-kissed raider known as Eivor of the Raven clan sets out to get revenge against the warmonger that led to the death of their parents. Eventually, Eivor becomes entangled in the timeless conflict of the Templar Order and the Brotherhood of Assassins. Now, gameplay-wise, upon starting up the game and passing the beginning area, you are given a choice of selecting which memory of whether you play as a female or male Eivor, or can select a memory file that shifts to being either version of Eivor based on conditions. Canonically, female Eivor is a true version of the character. You can then select their hairstyle, tattoos, and more. The game controls exceptionally well, with you having your attack being mapped to the right shoulder button, along with being able to parry or riposte being mapped to the left shoulder button. You have a button dedicated to dodging and sprinting, as well as crouching and using items. There's various approaches that this game gives you access to, such as the ability to approach enemies stealthily and just assassinate every enemy you see using the hidden blade, in combination with whistling to draw enemies to your location for a kill, or you can dive off a structure to perform death from above. You can also utilize a bow and arrow for picking them off from afar, and if you take out enemies, then you are able to pick up their bodies and hide them in an environment such as tall grass or snow, or even dump them into the great ocean. Say you don't want to go into encounters using stealth and just want to attack outright. Well, you can most definitely do that by just going in weapons and swinging. In combat, you have the ability to perform combos based on the weapons that you're using, from swords to axes to flails and more. You can set up Eivor to use a shield in one hand and a weapon in the other, or have Eivor equipped with two weapons at once, allowing you to dish out even more damage while still giving you the ability to parry. Parrying enemy attacks allows you to not only interrupt the attacks from your enemy, but also to put them in a stunned state, which allows you to press in the right analog stick to do a devastating move such as a curb stomp, similar to Seth Rollins from WWE, or an instant kill attack. Enemies give you telltales to let you know if their attack is blockable or parryable, or if it's an incoming unblockable attack, which would lead to them glowing red, which lets you know that you need to evade to not get hurt. Every swing of your attack and dodging around and running will deplete your stamina bar, so plan out what you want to do as carefully as you can. You can upgrade your stats and abilities with the skill tree, which will have you spend points that you can allocate to buffing your strength and defenses or gaining better abilities to remain undetected by enemies. Outside of the above, you will also be sailing on your Raven clan boat filled with your fellow raiders, allowing you to sail the seas and find locations to explore, or enemy camps to raid, allowing you to plunder and ransack these areas. While at sea, you can select to either have your crewmates sing a shanty song, or to tell them to, tell one of the many adventures that they've been on. Graphically speaking, the vistas in this game look incredible, with the attention to detail and the environments just dripping with atmosphere and ambience. Being fully honest here, I've never seen water look this good in the game ever. Like, it looks so realistic that I touched my monitor wanting to get a cup of water to drink. The snowy areas they're just exceptionally well. The attention to detail in this game is just absolutely ridiculous when it comes to environments and the ambience and just the flora and fauna. There's nothing like it in the game. Depending on the console platform that you play on in comparison to PC, you'll be able to tell the difference in how the level of detail there is shown in Ivor and literally everyone else. And honestly, it's jarring. Then there's the jank and the walking animations with almost everyone walking the same way with little to no individual strides. Other than that, the game is it's pretty good looking. Audio wise, I don't really have a lot to say about the audio in this game other than the fact that the voice acting is exceptional. It really draws you into the world both in the Viking era and in the modern era. Ivor, in both the male and female form, is voiced with such attention to detail and nuance that you think the voice actor is not even reading off of a script. Every character is fully realized here. There isn't much in the way of music in this game, but when you hear the Raven Clan singing songs while you're out at sea, then you'll feel like you're right there with them, literally, and that's a great thing. Other than that, there's not really much else to say here. Now, as far as the downsides, there aren't many issues that I ran into while playing this game on the Xbox Series X, other than one incredibly random crash that happened, and some animation jank that occurs when you perform several actions. Parkour actions don't always activate when or as they should, with you needing to run at very specific angles perpendicular to what you're trying to do parkour on. This is something that's always been some jank in the franchise and has not been fully fixed. The other downside is oftentimes the graphics, as while they do look good on next generation consoles, they don't look great. And you have the ability to change between resolution and performance settings. The problem lies with how it doesn't look as good in comparison to games like Spider-Man Miles Morales and Demon's Souls, with some shockingly outdated textures on not only characters that you run into, both for the story segment and NPCs that are just roaming about the environment, but also in the environments themselves that look straight out of the early generation of games on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. All that being said, though, here's the wrap up. If you haven't ever played an Assassin's Creed title before, and are wondering if this is worth jumping into as a first game, then I'd say you're in good hands here, as Assassin's Creed Valhalla is a great launching point for the franchise for newbies, even if the story in the modern day expects you to know what has happened previously, and name drops a lot of key characters to the franchise. With solid gameplay, phenomenal audio direction, one of the strongest narratives in the series, and decent graphics, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is definitely a game you'll enjoy no matter what you play it on, and has me looking forward to the next entry in the series to see where the story goes. Possibly in Japan. I hope they do one in Japan, because honestly speaking, I think they could do Japan better than Ghost of Tsushima. I know that's blasphemous to say, but I would like to see what, Ubisoft can do to one up, Sucker Punch Studios. We'll see. And with that being said, that's a review for Assassin's Creed Valhalla for the Xbox Series X. Again, huge shout out to Ubisoft for providing the review copy of the game. Wouldn't have been possible without them. And if you guys are curious to pick this up, I've got Amazon affiliate links down below that we can get it. And other than that, I just want to know, what do you guys think? What's your thoughts and opinions? Post your comments below. Let's get the conversation going. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ding the notification bell. That way you stay up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes from this channel. And if you're looking for a new podcast, catch the Kasanova Podcast, #1 podcast in Hawaii, available on every major podcasting outlet. Interviews with the video game industry, tech industry, content creators, and more. Probably a lot of your favorites that you know and are familiar with over the years. So go check it out. Leave a review if you're on Apple Podcasts. That way, it gets referred more. So with that being said, I'm Mikhail Kasanova, Hawaii content creator. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces wow, too sweet, be the elite. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. I really want to say mahalo and gracias for doing so. It is truly amazing that I have people that actually enjoy my content. I mean, you made it to the end of the video, so I assume you enjoyed it. If you didn't, hey, there's a dislike button you can always hit. I know, some people like to do that, but hey, whatever. I just am appreciative of the fact that you came through, you watched it, you got to this point. If you want to do me a solid, go ahead and hit the like button if you really liked it. And if you loved it, go ahead and sub for more content like this. If you want to support my work, we've got channel memberships, we got Patreon, and all that will pop up somewhere on the screen here and linked down below. Your support means a lot to me. If you know someone who would enjoy this type of content, go ahead and share it. That's what matters most. You guys watching it and sharing it with someone who might enjoy it, a friend, who knows. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Mahalo again, gracias, and fafatai. I will see you on the next one. Yeah, it's 3 different languages I spoke there. So Hawaiian, Spanish, and Samoan. So gives you a little detail as to what I'm mixed with. But with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all stay blessed, stay safe, and yeah, happy gaming, happy streaming. Have a good one.